Welcome, my friends, back with another episode of Vigor Warriors 2, the 1% Club. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you guys are on your purpose and moving along. This one is going to be called Day 500, and we are at 25 days of monk mode. And I kind of wanted to give my reflections a little bit and kind of talk about certain things that I've experienced, and hopefully this gives you a little more information on things that you may be seeing and asking questions. I know Oscar had a couple questions I'll probably talk about at this point. But first I want to thank you guys. Without this, it wouldn't be possible to do a lot of this stuff. You guys are motivating me to keep going and to continue working with this. And honestly, I don't really keep track of the days. I mean, I'm doing it more just to kind of give a certain kind of study more than anything else, to kind of see what's happening and why I've been able to kind of keep a longer streak this time. I mean, it's really more of a lifestyle change. And I think sometimes what people do is when they get caught up in the days too much, they become too attached to it. So I don't really keep track of it. I jot it down on a thing, but I don't keep track of, each day. I can count them once in a while to kind of see where I'm at. But I just know that I wanted to kind of hit some milestones and achieve goals, and that I've done that with this one. So at 500 days, which is wonderful, I think that I've experienced so many benefits with this, and certainly at 25 days in monk mode, I'm getting better with that as well. And so we'll kind of go through some of that. But please subscribe, comment, and like. We'll kind of get started a little bit here. So when we're talking about this, and I just kind of worked out a little bit, so I'm coming up here, I'm a little bit out of breath here. But I wanted to kind of focus on a number of different things that are important here. So, first of all, the key thing, guys, is that you really want to go back to the 3 C's of communication and of success. I mean, the 3 C's of success. The first one is control. And I think that one of the things I was lacking, even before 500 days, is really more of a control type of aspect of myself. Yes, I was doing the exercises with the Fountain of Youth exercise, which I really so strongly believe in, and that can get you into thinking about some other things. But the key really is learning how to control yourself. Like, we have some candy, on the table, and I could have very easily grabbed that, but I stopped myself just before I did that. Or you could have said, okay, I'm going to have that extra piece of bread or meat. And you say, no, I'm going to stop that. Those are the types of things that you start the process with by controlling your own sexual nature first. And if you're able to do that, and you're not just simping out to any kind of girl that you see, anybody that's on the pictures or photographs, or anybody that you see walking down the street, or anybody that you're with, then you're not going to be a slave to that sort of mentality. You're not going to fall into that because you're more attracted to that, and you're willing to let go of your purpose and your plan. Your plan and purpose has to be number one. And I think what's kept me going these 500 days is the fact that my overall goal is to get closer to my Lord and to achieve goals that I know that I have to put a lot of time and effort into. And even at 60 years old, I'm able to do that. Now, this was very difficult when I was in my 20s, 30s, and 40s, so I have total empathy, which is one of the reasons I'm doing the channel, to kind of help those who are younger, who are going through some of these things. Your energy level is so high, it's very hard to control. It's almost like a dam ready to burst. Now, in my case, I'm able to do that, but after the years of experience of trial and error, I've been able to see how I can try to disperse that, transmute that, and keep it in my body. Right? And I think that's the whole key we're talking about. But once again, control is the first thing you've got to look at. The second thing that's happened after all this is that I've gained a lot more confidence. I now can tell people what I feel. I don't care about the ramifications. Of course, you don't want to be rude and disrespectful and things like that. But you can be honest with people and tell them exactly how you feel. And I think that's a big difference in the way I used to be. And so that's a key factor in this. And certainly monk mode allows me to look at people as people more and not as objects. And I think that's another key to the whole thing. We are just shot so many pictures and so many things of people. And TikTok and, OnlyFans, these things obviously are not helping at all, because what they're doing is put in front of you an attractive type person who's really kind of either getting money or attention or validation based on the way they look. And it's no wonder then why do we look at people as objects, because that's kind of what they're portraying. That's what they're selling, as an object. And so to try to get in a relationship with somebody like that is very, very difficult. And that's why I think you have to be very choosy in how you're using your energy. Not only because there's a lot of diseases involved, of course, in doing, high body counts and things like that, but also there's the fact that you're basically kind of losing your energy for what purpose? The key is going to be figuring out your purpose. And that's kind of what it took me a long time to do, and why I'm kind of giving you some, information here that might help you kind of figure out your purpose. The purpose really, in my mind, is not for the short-term pleasure. I am looking for a long-term satisfaction, gratification. And so as I studied people like Malcolm X and Mike Tyson and Tesla and a lot of these people, the life of Benjamin Franklin, for instance, you could see that those people became successful because they continued to try to make their life better as they went along. Benjamin Franklin had a whole list of those type of things that were faults of his. And he worked very hard in trying to change those faults. And the same thing with the level of control. My biggest issue was matter of control. Whether I'm getting angry because of stress, being stressed out, or frustrated, things like that, those things are keys in trying to overcome yourself. And this is what it all comes down to. I really fully believe now that the people around us are just kind of people around us. It could be different depending on the law of attraction, people you're bringing into your life. But really what the key is can you control yourself? Can you master yourself? That is what the whole key is. And if you can do that, you're able to get better and better and better. And so at 500 days, I have a long way to go to where I want to go. But it's good to kind of hit a milestone and to kind of reflect on it. And the monk mode has actually gotten better for me and helped me along that way as well. So we'll probably track it again at 525 or something like that. But once again, I wanted to kind of bring that up and also answer a couple questions that Oscar had, one of our newer viewers, Oscar. And thank you, Oscar, for the comments. And I thank everybody for the comments. I think Al, we have a new subscriber as well. And we're getting there. We're 160 subscribers and moving in the right direction. And like I said, my purpose here is just to try to make a difference for a lot of I first started with a lot of our older viewers, people in my age group, but I'm noticing a lot of the demographics, a lot of younger people, and some women as well. So I'm trying to kind of help people out as much as I can to try to provide information that might help the generations that are coming after me as well. So, but two questions Oscar had. One was about wealth, and one was also about energy and attracting things to them. So let me hit the first one on wealth. I mean, we're gonna actually do one because one of the books I want to review is Think and Grow Rich, and it focuses a lot on the transmutation and ability to be able to transmute sexual energy into money and how you can do that. And so, Oscar, the answer to your question is yes. Now, retention by itself is not going to be able to do it. I mean, you can retain, but if you have no goals, if you have no plan, if you're not going to transmute energy and use that for purposes, then it's going to be hard to just kind of make money that way. However, what you can do is if you have some plans and ideas, you can use all that abundance of energy to put that into money-making things. And I think that's the key to it. Plus, you're going to have a lot more confidence to be able to take some risk and do things. I mean, the only reason I'm able to do these videos now is because I decided to take a risk once I started going on this retention and just getting myself out there because, and honestly, I was afraid to do that. So my confidence level wasn't as high, over the years. And so it's a lot different now, and I feel a lot stronger now than I did before. And a big part of it is the retention and learning that control and confidence and then being able to communicate it. So the 3 C's really have impacted my life in control and then confidence and communication. So the other question you had, and we're going to do a video on Think and Grow Rich, so I think that I'll leave more of those specifics to that one. But the other question that Oscar had focused on attraction. Now, guys, the energy you have, and we'll actually do one on chakras too, soon. But the energy you have really is something that people and things see. So let's look at physics again. Energy is, we're made up of energy, matter and energy. And so as our chakras keep rotating around, we are full of a lot of energy. And so people see that. Now, if you lose energy, you're walking around with low energy, right? But if you have higher energy, people see that as well. And so they will sense that, and they will see that. And guys and gals, the people who have high energy are the ones that people are attracted to most. And you can see that, right? As people walk through the room, they're attracted to people with that high energy because they want to be around that energy. Whether they want to make it part of their own, they're just attracted to it. So it doesn't really matter, right? Things around you, they will be attracted. So for instance, I happen to have a lot of animals. I've always had a lot of animals. And if I walk into a room or I sit down, all the animals will come to me. Now, of course, I feed them too, so that's obviously part of it. But I do believe the animals can sense inside of you energy themselves, and they are made of energy. So they're going to be also attracted to that you. They understand. They can instinctively see a person with high energy or low energy. Now, once again, I'm not saying whether you like animals or not. I fully believe that people who like animals will tend to gravitate to people as well. But I also think that that's a little different issue than energy is. But yes, I believe that the animals can see your energy just like people can. And they sense it. And they want to be around that energy to be able to say, yes, that's something that I want myself. Okay? All right, so Oscar, I hope I answered that question a little bit. But yes, he had a couple good questions there. We're going to focus on the money one in another episode. And just the attraction part itself, to me, attracts alike. So it's like a magnet. Similar things attract. All right? You could have some opposites, but there's probably more attraction there than you really see, even though they appear to be opposites. But the thing is that like a magnet, if you have high level energy, you're going to attract other high level energy people around you. And that's just kind of the way energy tends to work. Okay. All right, so guys, we'll talk about soon again, but I wanted to kind of say thank you guys for all your support, and hopefully we'll continue onward. And this is a lifestyle, so it's going to go on forever and ever and ever until I end up leaving this earth, and hopefully that will be a long time from now. But I will tell you 500 days is a good start, and I'm going to keep moving along. And thank you for all your support, comments, likes, and we're going to keep going. If you have more questions, let me know. Until next time, battle on.